to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 or 5 before that. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. Give yourself your best shot.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try to.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after them right out of the gate.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 10 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He'll take it at the 42. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They run. It's Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. He'll drop to throw, and that's caught by Smith. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Preston Smith there on the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd and 6. It's complete to Diggs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations. That also means that his publicist can make sure all the information gets to every voter out there who has a say in the Hall of Fame. Fashioning together a heck of a resume.
Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and letting the offense know.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On first down, Hines. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot.
First punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll try to run with Hines, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Nyheim Hines hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will? There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And when our camera nowhere to go here, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50. 30, 20, 10, and he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll look to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And Diggs has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 25 yards that time.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They run again with Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And Anderson's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan?
Oh, no, he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That one complete to Anderson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater, complete. It's Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 42, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the... And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out of the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. After the sack on 1st down, Bridgewater. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it. Bridgewater's pass. Complete to Naheem Hines. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and 1. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And he's going to go down again. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Sharp. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. This is Hines. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. To throw, Bridgewater. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Bridgewater now. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last shot now for Bridgewater. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward,